That's what elections are about. We can't mess up. And as you know, we've already got mail ballots going out for this election, and they're already coming back. So the ballots are already there. We're already in the midst of election. Early voting starts Monday. There is not any time for us to actually do the whole system for this election because we can't. What we can do, and what I've told my staff to do, is I want a sample ballot translated so that we'll have that as soon as possible. So we are already working on getting that accomplished. Next year, we will be fully capable to have the Mandarin Chinese ability to vote on all of our election material translated, and actually the voting machines will actually have that capability. I've been told about 200 different documents that will need to be translated, and because of everything. I mean, it's like, you know, if someone forgets on their application for a ballot by mail to check this box, well, guess what? There's a form letter that they get for that box. There's another form letter if they do another box. So every one of those little documents, all those forms that we have, will need to be translated. So it's a big task. And if anyone wants to be involved in an advisory capability of going over what we do create, you know, we've got a short amount of time to get all this done. Because our goal is we need to basically have this done by the end of the year. Because I'm trying to get it so we're fully capable for the primary. But it's just, as you can imagine, this county is larger than 24 states in population. So we have a lot of responsibility, a lot to do. And my full-time staff is only like 33 people. I've actually taken someone out of my front office and sent them over to election to help manage this. Because it's just, I don't have the people over there. And as you know, budgets are tight in Harris County. I got 10% cut in budget last year, like most departments in Harris County. So it's thin, but we will do our very best to pull this off. You have my commitment that whatever I can do to make this happen, we're going to make it happen. And that's our goal, is that for next year, that the community can vote in Chinese if they so wish. So anyway, thank you so much for having us here. My staff is here to answer questions anytime. Give us a call. Hector is available, so we're here to help make this successful. And I have to go to Commissioner's Court to ask for a couple full-time positions and some temporary positions. As you know, it just takes staff. But so if you know anyone who's very fluent bilingual in Chinese, who would like maybe a part-time job or maybe even potential clerk job as a full-time, please let my staff know. So thank you so much.
We have a sign issue for that position if people want
Just to say a couple of things about the Voting Rights Act. Since I've been in Congress, we had the opportunity to extend it. The Voting Rights Act is not something that was done in perpetuity. It is done, and it will have to be extended again at some point. Let's hope that things will have changed such that at some point in our history, we won't have to have a Voting Rights Act. But until that change takes place, it is needed, and I think that what we're doing now is a giant leap forward. It really is. I have always felt that we should have the ballot in 4 languages, and I'm proud to always say we have it in 3, and I think that moving to the 4th is going to make a significant difference. Now, I do have a question, and the question has to do with some of the material that was presented. It's an easy question. You indicate that with 50 or more persons registered with Chinese surnames at a polling place, you would provide assistance. There seems to be an indication that these persons would be paid and that you would hire them. Is that what I have to understand?
No. For the 2012 elections, it will work the way it worked for the Spanish language speakers and the Vietnamese speakers. They will be part of the election day staff. So they will be election clerks, and they will be appropriately trained to function as general election clerks. They will also be trained in the law, which dictates what sort of assistance you can provide to folks who need assistance.
The reason I ask is because if money is an obstacle, perhaps there might be people who would like to volunteer to do this. What we want to do is make sure that we have the people there. And I'm asking, does the law permit volunteers to perform this function? If it does not, I understand, but I think the question merits an answer.
No, I don't believe it does. all the clerks will be on the payroll for that day, but what we have to do is the election judge and we'll be telling election judge, you need to hire, if you're in a community that has the 50 or more, you need to hire one of your workers as someone who is fluent in Chinese.
Excellent.
And that's the plan. Not all the time does it happen, because sometimes you can't find the people. Because ultimately the law gives the judge the authority on who they hire too. So that sometimes we push them, not always will they do it, but we do push them to, whatever the requirements are, we try to push them to do that.
If I may be so bold as to say this, I will be more than honored to work with your office to help us if there's a problem finding people. I'd like to help with finding people, because my belief is that there are people that can be found. Sometimes we just have to know where to look for them. But I believe that there will be sufficient people, and I'd like to just make sure that we have at least every judge the opportunity to interview people who are capable, competent, and qualified, who can do this.
Right. And we do work to try to keep a list of people who are interested in working, and of course we want, because we're last minute usually on lots of these positions. Someone says last minute, we need someone who's also been trained. So that's important that they know what the responsibilities and duties are when they're at clerk.
So how many people you want on the list? I can try to get us.
I work with Hector, and you get the list, and we'll get them to the appropriate people in my office.
Hector, I'm going to work with you too. One more thing. Just for edification purposes, we mentioned that we do all of this with Vietnamese language and the Spanish language. We also do it for the English language. Not that it makes a big difference, but I think we want to remember that what we're doing is, elevating everybody to the same level. And we sort of take for granted that we do it for English because it's the way it's always been. Well, it's the way it will always be that's really important to us. And I want to just salute you for doing what you do. And everything that I'm saying, I hope is received as a positive commentary, because it's intended as such. My final thing is that as a member of Congress, I am one of the members who believes in earmarks. There are some who do not. But I would like to work with your office, and you said you're understaffed, you need more money. This is the kind of thing that I'm available to talk to my friends in Congress about, to see if we can get money specifically for a project like this, to try to help us meet all of the needs and not scale back in an area where this is so important.
It could be those counties who've been impacted
Yes.
by this. You could actually have something that applies to the whole country.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be just there in earmark.
Yeah, well, it is though. That's the way the people who are going to spend it, they're going to say, I'll come up with another earmark. But that's okay. It's for a good cause. And you're right, it will have to be pervasive, because my colleagues will say, you're going to do that for Harris County? How wonderful. We need it in Orange County too. So that's the way the process works. But what I want you to know is I'm excited about it. And I want to do what I can to help. And I want to start fashioning something along that line. Now, I can't guarantee you that it's going to get through Congress anytime soon. And by the way, I know that this is going to be a nonpartisan effort, and I want it to remain as such. But the money that comes in may take some bipartisanship to get it done. And I'm going to work hard to try to get the additional funds for this project. My final comment to you, and Virginia, I want to thank you for what you've done. I know of your good works on the project. I want to thank you also, everybody, for what you've done. But I just want to mention this to you because this is important. At some point, I want you to hear from a man named John Lewis. It's important to hear from John Lewis. It really is, because he can explain to you how the Voting Rights Act really got signed. And there's a lot to be said. Won't say it tonight, but I'm going to bring him to Houston at some point so that you can hear from him and understand more about how this Voting Rights Act has evolved. Lots of people have paid a lot of dues to get this done. And I think that we can celebrate them, celebrate what's happening here. You are part of this new avant-garde, the nouveau avant-garde, that will make sure we continue the march forward in the right to vote in this country. Again, Mr. Clerk, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
我们当然先澄清一下，就是说，这个2011年11月8号这次的选举，中文的选票大概还不会真正出来， 只是会有一个翻译版的中文选票，是叫做选票的样本，会贴在每一个这个投票所。那至于选票的本身呢，今年还来不及印制，也来不及做这个邮递投票，或者是老人那种缺席的邮递投票，今年还不会有。就是想跟大家澄清一下这个关于中文选票的事情。那2012年3月开始的这个初选，就是两党的初选，那个就会有完全正式的中文选票出来。通常一般美国人所称的双数年是普选，然后单数年就是比较 local 的选举。那今年的选举是只有 City of Houston， 就是选我们的市长、市议员，还有一些这个公投的议案，这个是今年11月8号的选举。那当然这个 City 就代表说 City of Houston 也包括 City of Blair， 还有很多小的 City 在这个 Harris County 或 Fort Bend area都有这种 citywide 的选举，甚至有少数的这个 school district 也需要选举。那有一些就是公债的表决，这个东西有点类似这种公投的议案。今年的11月主要是选举这些。那2012年他们叫做普选，因为那个是就是从总统下到州长、立法委员，就是说这个 Congress 或者是 Senator 这些通通都要改选，那个就是我们所说的普选，那个是明年的事情。当然，那个明年的选举会看到中文的选票，这一点就是说，希望大家不管是 CD 的选举或者是 statewide 的普选，他们其实都有记录，就是有多少中国人去投票，或者他们以后的资源的分配。就说 City 的资源也好，或者是联邦的资源，都是按照你真正来投票、有愿意表示意见的人来决定，他们把这些资源分配到哪里去。那这一点也是我们不能说是这个要跟着这个 African American 就是黑人的 group 学习，因为他们的投票率经常都是蛮高的，这也是为什么他们往往能够争取到比较好的资源的原因之一。这样，这个推荐名单我们隔几天就会有一个参会，是10月23号的参会，在新金店酒家。那我们就是正式介绍我们推荐的这些候选人，那我们当然也希望他当选。那这个名单在这个参会之后，我们就会在报章、杂志啦或者媒体来刊登。那我们是十足做了工作，我们实际2个晚上都待到11点多，就是我们 interview 每一个 candidate， 然后才做的决定。那他们都是比较支持我们亚裔，就是包括支持我们中国人，就说将来他都有相当的承诺要帮助我们这个 Chinese community 的，所以我们已经做了慎重的选择。我相信大家只要没有花时间去了解每个候选人的不同的话，那你可以用我们8020的这个推荐的名单来做一个投票的行为。我们的网站是 Houston8020.org， 就是.org。Houston 8020，我们就是等到这个参会以后，参会之前呢，我们就会全部都公布在上面。是的。